guys, welcome back to my channel for the, what is this, my 6th video? Oh my gosh, my 6th video, what? I am so excited to have you guys here today. I actually have a pretty exciting topic. I discovered that my last video with the noodle challenge maybe wasn't the best idea. Obviously I'm a baby and I can't eat spicy noodles, so I wasn't very fun to watch. I tried to rewatch it and couldn't make it through the whole video. So thank you guys who did watch it. It means the world to me. However it looks, it means the world to me. I have these cool unicorn slippers on right now. What? Look at these. They're so freaking comfortable. I got them at Walmart for like $10. Ugh. Gosh, these slippers are cute. They itch my feet sometimes. Anyways, as you can probably tell by the title, I am going over a few of my experiences and my tips and tricks and advice on how to work full-time and be a full-time student. So I am 23 years old. I have been in college since I graduated in 2014. I only have an associate's in general studies. I'm currently working on a bachelor's in communications. I'm only considered a junior. I kind of switched my degree up, so I was gonna go for business. Well, I started out wanting to go for communications, then I wanted to switch to business, and now I'm back at communications. So yeah, life of Alexis, just let's make college last forever. Last forever. So I actually did very good. I typed up a list of things that I want to tell you guys because, you know, if I try to remember all this, it's going to come out either jibber jabber or I'm not going to remember any of it. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is what I just said, and that is I've been going to school since I graduated. I've been going to college since I graduated in 2014. It's not as easy as what they make it seem, especially if you change your degrees, which I'm sure a lot of you know and can relate to. I'm not saying like college is the hardest thing in the world. It's not. I mean, do your work, go to class, take some time and study and you'll be fine. But when you switch your degree back and forth and then they are trying to get classes that match what you want to do, it makes it hard to complete it. Not soon after I graduated high school, I actually moved out of my parents' house and in with a friend. Lived there for about a year and then decided to get my own apartment in my hometown. There are a few opinions I have on that. Sometimes I'm happy about it. Other times I wish that maybe I would have waited to save up some money. We live and we learn, and that was something I lived and learned and I'm living now. And I don't regret anything. I have a beautiful life, but there are some things that if I could change up a little bit, I would have. Next thing is my fiance's name's Sam. We've been together 5 years. In high school, we were in the same grade, so this is gonna be really weird for some of you guys. But I was a senior in high school when he was a freshman. So when I graduated, he was a sophomore, and you know, he's super cute and I started liking him. So we dated and we're dating and now we're engaged. We were together a couple years. Then when he graduated, we decided that we wanted to go to the same college, which was a little bit further away from home. It's about an hour and a half. So we decided to get an apartment together up there and go to school. So we moved away from family, not drastic. I mean, like we could still go see family, but obviously being an hour and a half away from your family and your support's not very easy. But we had each other. We got an apartment. We lived in the apartment for 2 years. Then we said, holy crap, we are paying almost $1,000 a month for this crappy apartment. Let's look for something else. So we started out looking for other apartments, and then we actually discovered that owning a home is so much cheaper. We currently have a mortgage on this house. This is my room that is a closet. We have a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. We are paying $650 a month for this, and it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, and has a humongous fenced-in backyard. The apartment was a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath. It's just very blah. It wasn't updated, it was old. And with us having 3 dogs at the time, now we have 4, but with us having 3, it made it kind of hard for the dogs too. So having a big fenced-in backyard was something that I really, really wanted. And that's something that we found. Yeah, the price difference is crazy. People do say that renting is sometimes a better decision because if things break down or something happens, you don't have to take care of it. You can call the apartment manager and they'll take care of it. My thought on that is I agree to a certain point, But if you or us, for instance, and you're saving $250 a month to live in a house and have your own yard and privacy, put that $250 away. So if something does happen, you have an emergency fund. And I know that your credit has to be decent. You have to be able to, there's all kinds of crap. I understand why some people choose to live in an apartment. There's nothing wrong with that. It just wasn't for us, and it wasn't for my dogs, and we found something that we're happy with. I'm 23 years old. Sam is 21. So at our age of 23 and 21, we own a home. We're engaged. We have 3 cars. So I would say that for our age, we're in a pretty good position right now. I work at State Farm, and Sam works at a little engineering plant. So we make decent money, and we're looking to grow. We're never going to settle, but we are kind of happy with where life's gotten us. And that goes back to when I was talking about, you know, some things I would change. There are so many opportunities that I got, and I really can't complain for where my life's got me so far. So Sam and I both have a really great work ethic, and I think that we are constantly pushing to get better, and we're constantly pushing each other to do better and do the best that we possibly can. I'm going to school currently on student loans. I can't really afford to pay a ton out of pocket right now, so that's kind of limited me. My loans are showing that I'm getting financial help, but I'm really not, so I'm kind of limited on my student loans. For the past few semesters after I moved from a community college to a university, it's only allowed me to take 3 classes. This semester I managed to get 4, which is great. So I'm taking 4 classes this semester. I had been taking 3. Very excited. I have 2 online classes and then 2 in-person classes. So with me working at State Farm, I work 8:30 to 5. This semester, for instance, I have in-person class on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday and Wednesday, it's from 10:30 to 11:30. So what I do is I take my lunch, and on my lunch, I go to school on Mondays and Wednesdays. And then Tuesdays, I actually have class at 7 at night, and my work ends at 5, so it gives me time to go to the campus and study a little bit. Last semester it was a little hectic. Monday through Thursday I had class on lunch every single day, so that was a little crazy. I've kind of been more motivated to work out and stuff, so I've decided that Monday and Wednesday I'm going to use my lunches at work to go to school, and then Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday my goal is to go to the gym on my lunch, because I've had a gym membership that I've been paying for like 4 months and have not used, besides one time the other day. Sam also works Monday through Friday as well. Sometimes I work Saturdays, so we kind of have the same schedule, which is awesome. And in between all of the moving and stuff, I've tried several like different side gigs. So I tried to sell coffee, and that turned out okay. I tried to create bath bombs and sell those. That turned out awesome. I had so many people want my bath bombs, but with me working on myself and out of that apartment that I was talking about, it didn't work out very well, and I decided to stop because it was just too stressful. I didn't have enough space or enough time. We're a little bit further away from our family, so the house that we bought is actually a half an hour closer, so we're actually only an hour away from our family this time, which is great. It helps. Going back to being a homeowner at this age, the loan process was fairly easy. We ended up getting a 4% interest rate on the home, and we did a 30-year mortgage. We obviously don't plan to live here for the 30 years, but that kind of helps with payments and helps get your interest down. And then we've obviously remodeled. I mean, you can check out my other video. Our home tour and transformation kind of shows you what we did with the home. We easily made this home worth $10,000 to $15,000 more already, and we are still planning to live here for the next couple years. So we only ended up shopping around for our house for a little over a month, and then we found this one, and Sam wasn't a huge fan of it at first, but I think it's because it had like that weird wood all around it, and it just wasn't our type. But I saw the potential and saw the yard and had heart emojis in my eyes for the dog. So we ended up getting the house. We transformed it into something beautiful. We are both super happy with it. Currently going back to school, I know I'm kind of bouncing back and forth, but I know that there are a lot of people that can relate to going to work and going to school full time. So I'm sure that all of you agree with this. It's not easy to balance your work life, your school life, and your personal life. It's actually pretty hard. I currently have a 2.6 GPA, which I know isn't great at all. I would love to have a 3.0 or better. Unfortunately, right now, that's not what I have. I'm working towards it, but my work life and my personal life also matter. So finding that balance is sometimes very hard. I try to give myself at least one self-care day or one self-care hour a week, whether that be taking a hot bath, going outside and sitting and drinking coffee early in the morning, Just anything by myself that relaxes me. Sam and I try to spend a lot of time together as well. We respect our time, we respect our stresses that we have. There was a point in our lives where we would take absolutely everything out on one another. We would be going through a crap load of stuff, so we would fight over the most stupid things. But we've kind of moved past that. We've realized that we are both stressing, we are both going to school and working, and we own a home, we have dogs, we have family, we have car payments, we have a ton of stuff. We've grown up really quick, but I think we're just building ourselves for the future, which I'm so excited about. And no offense to those who still live with their parents or who are going to school and not working. That's awesome. Whatever you're doing that's making you happy, that is awesome. I decided that I wanted to grow up really quick, and then Sam kind of had the same mindset, and that's what we did. It doesn't matter what you decide to do. It doesn't matter if you go to school and don't work at all, or if you work and you decide not to go to school. It's not the right thing for you. I know plenty of successful people that have not spent one day in college. And you know what? Sometimes I think maybe they're a little smarter than me, because they're not going to have a load of debt, and they're going to be making the same, if not just a little bit less or more than I will. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with not going to school. I'm not saying that, but I love working in communications. My goal is to be in the public relations or broadcasting type. I don't get shy very easily, so just something that I wanted to do for me, and that's how I am, and that's fine. And you're different. We're all different. We're all beautiful. We're all created perfect. And you know what? You do what makes you happy, and you live your life how you want to live it, as long as you don't wake up the next day and regret what you did the night before. I think it's very important when balancing your work life and your school life and your personal life to kind of schedule your time out in blocks. I always have a planner with me. I have probably 30 planners. I bounce around because I love having planners. I love using planners. Sometimes it's just kind of hard for me to remember, but I always have a schedule. So this hour I'm doing this hour I'm doing this. When I come home, I'm gonna clean this and cook this, and then I'm gonna tidy up this and spend time with the dogs and spend time with Sam. Always have a schedule, because if you don't have a schedule or you don't write things down with all of this going on, you're going to forget. That's normal. It's hard to remember things happening all at one time. And you don't want to forget important things. You don't want to forget that you have an exam or it's somebody's birthday. Just write stuff down. It does help, and that's what's helped me. Other thing that I always do, and sorry, I'm still looking at my notes, I clean as I go. So our house is never completely dirty or trashed, because obviously I don't have enough time to sit here for hours and clean the house. I wish I could. Some Sundays I'll devote maybe an hour to like scrubbing the floors and scrubbing the counters really hard and deep cleaning, but I don't have hours on end to clean the house. And honestly, I've seen the most impressive people on here that have little kiddos running around and animals and family, and they're able to spend hours cleaning. I just can't. I get distracted, I get bored, so I clean as I go. If I dirty a dish, I wash it. I'm getting out of breath talking because I'm so excited. I try to do one load of laundry every single day. As I mentioned before, Sundays are my days of deep cleaning, so generally every Sunday, unless I went out Saturday night and I'm not feeling very good, I spend at least an hour deep cleaning an area of the house, whether that be the bathroom, the floors, whatever it might be. Mentioned before also, I think it's very important if you're in a relationship with your significant other or just a relationship with family. I think it's always important to find time to spend with them. With Sam, it's a little bit easier, but with my family, I have a little brother and sister, and they're both in sports, and they're both very great at sports. Sometimes it's really hard for me to find time to go to their games, but I try to go to the later games and during the weekdays and then the weekend games. Again, just trying to make sure I have time for myself, for my family, for Sam, for the dogs, for school, for work. Sometimes it gets just a little stressful and hard, but you know what? We only have one life. We're gonna push through. We're all gonna be great. It's just how we handle it. If you decide to have a panic attack, do that. Have a panic attack in the corner. Get it out. Pick yourself up and go. I know it's hard. I'm on anxiety medicine because I get so stressed out at the smallest things. Just gotta learn to pick yourself up. I know it's easier said than done. I'm sitting here saying it to you, but it's something we all have to do, and it's something I'm really trying to improve about myself, because sometimes I get hooked on one thing and it makes me really upset, I'm really nervous, and I dwell on it, and it ruins my day. Some nights I lose sleep. Last night I lost sleep because I have this weird problem where anytime I think anything different is coming about my body, I think it's something serious. Hence why I'm on medicine. And that's just me being honest. And there's nothing wrong with being on medicine. If you need to be on medicine for whatever, get on medicine. Whatever helps you and makes you happy. You do you. You do not worry about anybody else. I'm not saying don't care about anybody else. You can't make anybody happy. You can't make yourself happy. You can't make your parents happy, your husband, your kids, unless you're happy. And I'm not saying put your activities before your kids. I know, I understand that. But your happiness has to come first sometimes. It has to come first. You have to love yourself before anybody else can love you, because you have to have respect for yourself. Spend as much time as I can outside with my dogs. I understand that they need exercise. They have a big backyard to run in, but I'll be honest with you, since we've moved here, I haven't taken them out on a ton of walks. They've been on a few, but I haven't taken them out on a ton. I try to make time for myself. I mentioned that I try to do one self-care hour a week. Sometimes I get more than that because Sam's great, like right now, and he watches the dogs while I'm filming and doing other things. So I think that one of the big things we also need to think about when trying to balance work, school, personal, everything is think of the positives. Don't live on the negatives. That is one thing that I regret doing. I did that a few years back, and I really watched myself change as a person, where people noticed and people made comments about my mood, my attitude, and I don't want to go back to that. I want to love life. We only have a specific amount of time on this planet, and we don't know how long that's going to be for. So I think we need to, instead of dwell on things and stress about things and look at the negatives, we kind of need to remember that we're blessed to be here. It's a miracle that we're here. It's a miracle that you're here, and you're put on this earth for a reason. And whatever that reason is, you're here for a reason, and you're important no matter how you feel. You can have a negative day, but please remember, at the end of the day, there is someone out there that cares about you and that loves you. Another thing I'm trying to do is I'm starting to meal plan a little bit better. I just subscribed to the EveryPlate, because it's like everyplate.com, because they offered the first 3 weeks of orders, you get $20. It's only $20 a week. And we did the 3 meals per week for 2 people. So I'm going to see how that goes. Meal planning is one thing I've always wanted to do, but of course it's one of the hardest things for me to do because it requires a lot of time. So we're going to see how this goes, and then maybe I'll keep the recipes off the cards, and I'll meal plan myself, and I will prepare a little bit better. Because if you meal plan, you eat healthier and you are less stressed. So I also think it's important not to settle for what you have. You can be proud of what you have, you can be happy with what you have, but don't ever just settle with what you have. Always want more for yourself, because you deserve more. No matter where you're at, no matter if you're in $1 million house or a $50,000 house and you're happy and comfortable, you deserve more than that. Never settle, because once you start settling, that's when you stop growing. And as humans, we are completely capable of being wonderful, wonderful human beings, all of us. And I think that, like I said, you can be happy. We are happy with this house. We are so proud of ourselves with this house, and with our cars, and with our dogs, and with everything. But we always want more for ourselves, because once you settle, it gets boring. And boring's not fun. Always challenge yourself. Remember why you're here. Remember what you're doing every day and why you choose to do those things and what value it has to you. And then always try to stay focused and remember where you came from. Now that I have had my TED Talk of the day, that is my list of stuff. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I apologize for the long video, but I do hope that I could talk to you guys, and maybe you could relate to me a little bit, and we can kind of relate on the topic of going to school or going to work or stressing. And I'm sorry if I got a little too personal. I know some people are completely against anxiety medicines and all that. I'm not. I'm, you know what, you do what you need to do for yourself, and screw what everybody else thinks, to be honest. All of this is my opinion. I'm not the smartest person in the world. I lack a lot of common sense. I'm just being honest. So don't think that if you don't agree with me on any of this, I think you're a bad person. I don't. I love everybody. Everybody that doesn't scream in my face. It's not gonna be many cool edits about this video. I kind of just wanted to get out here and share my opinions and my experience. Make sure you show the love to my channel. I love all of you guys. I can't believe we're at 300 subscribers. It's insane to me. And I literally could probably cry, but I'm not gonna do that on camera and make you guys feel awkward because I know how I feel when people cry in front of me. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Remember, I am posting every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So if you don't want to click the bell and notify yourself when I post, just make sure you come back here on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to see my new uploads. And I always appreciate feedback and criticism. So if you have anything that you would change about this video to make it more interesting or better, please leave it in the comments below. I'm not gonna get my feelings hurt. I'm always looking to get better and grow my channel. So anyways, I will see you guys in my next video, and I thank you for watching.